I want to talk to you about PenFed high limit credit cards. Here are the latest proven hacks that are increasing people's credit limits like crazy.
One in a million, one in a million, one in a million. You know they're coming up to me, cause I'm just the kind of flower that's stinging in the beat, but the rhythm's getting higher. Go, 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 go. One in a million, one in a million, one in a million, one in.
Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee, or tea, or vodka. Now let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about high-limit credit cards from PenFed. And I want to share with you a few hacks that will help you increase your credit limits. People are using this hacks, and they are being approved like crazy. Hack number one. So here are the steps. You need to know your PenFed cards in and out. But most importantly, you want to keep your PenFed card count to 2, maximum 2. See, what you have to understand is that PenFed generally has 4 credit cards. They used to have a secure credit card. Now they only have 4 credit cards, and they're all unsecured. So you have the Gold Visa. This is the card that actually is low, that has a low APR on purchases. Then you have the Power Cash. This is a cashback credit card. Essentially, you have a Platinum Rewards Visa Signature. This a rewards credit card that has points, and then you have the Pathfinder, which is basically a rewards credit card also, but for travelers. So the thing I'm asking you here is that you want to be very clear about what kind of credit cards you need. Don't you go around and just apply for credit cards all the time. What's up with that? Some people are just like, I'm going to apply for this card. I'm going to get this card. I'm going to get that card, because I want a cashback credit card. I want to apply for the cashback, for the Power Cash. I want a points credit card. I'm going to apply for the Platinum Rewards. And then I want a low APR credit card, so I'm going to apply for the Gold Visa. What's up with that? Hey. Let's stop that. If you want to have, let's say you want to have a rewards, you're a traveler, go for the Pathfinder. And you want to have the Power Cash with that. Don't you try to have 3 credit cards, and I don't care if you have a FICO score of 850, which is impossible anyway. But if you have an 850, the maximum FICO score, you still want to reduce your credit cards to 2 or 1. So this will actually be very helpful to you, especially if you're trying to get a high limit. So Stephanie Allen, you are an accountant in Indiana. We love you, and thanks for your question. So you really want to, right now you have one account. Okay, you have one credit card, that's fine. So you can actually apply for a second one, that's fine, but don't you go above 2. Okay, Stephanie Allen, we love you. We want you to continue listening to us, and God bless you. The second hack you want to do is you want to pre-qualify. See, when we talk about pre-qualification, we are speaking about pre-qualifying without a hard pull. Normally, PenFed will send you a PreQual link to your account. So if you log into your account online, in your dashboard, you would see, you pre-qualify for this card and whatnot. So you want to click on that link and you want to follow the instructions. This is kind of cool because you are preserving your FICO score. In other words, your FICO score is not going to be decimated because you apply with a hard pull. And this is kind of cool also because then you actually control what kind of cards you want and if you are interested. Okay, so this is really important to think about. And one thing what we talk about here is that there are some benefits of having a pre-approved offer from a pre-approved credit card offer from PenFed. Because this is less work for you. There is no hit to your credit score. There's no destination to your credit score. You have the opportunity to rebuild or build credit, right? You have potential for competitive terms because the offer is coming from PenFed itself. Not you. You have opportunities to consolidate that. For example, if you get a PreQual link, a PreQual offer for the Gold Visa, you can actually consolidate that at a lower APR. And there are some potential for intro bonuses, rewards, and other perks, especially if you go with a Pathfinder or the Platinum. Okay, so remember that pre-approved offers do not affect your credit score. They do not affect it. So if you get an offer from PenFed, please take it. So credit cards. Boss, I want you to wait. I want you to be patient and get that PreQual offer from PenFed before applying. So that way you can get a high limit. You can get a high limit because then you can actually gauge your chances of approval even before applying for real. Like when you click on the PreQual offer, you basically will be given some basic information so you can have an idea of how much you could qualify for. And this is pretty good. This is where the juice really is at. And one thing I also want you to do here is that, and this is for Norma Clay. She is from Lexington, Kentucky. We love that city. Thank you so much for submitting your question. So Norma, just wait. Hold your horses. Just be patient. Just wait for PenFed to send you a PreQual offer, okay? And when you get that, try to input your information and you will get the limit that you need and deserve. The high limits you need and deserve. The third hack that is getting people's approval with the high limits like crazy is a simple visit to the branch, to the nearest PenFed branch. Now, PenFed is a national credit union, of course, but they don't have as many locations as, say, a Chase or a Wells Fargo. So this is important. So if you are lucky and blessed to live in the vicinity of a PenFed branch, I want you to bring your ass to that branch and have a conversation. Okay, when people talk about credit card, let's say high limits, everybody believes you have to do things online. This is kind of crazy because we live in a world right now, where we're just so busy. We don't have time. I'm busy. I'm working 9 to 5. I'm home. I'm tired. Hey! Stop that. How busy are you to just take 1 hour or 30 minutes of your so busy life and not go to a PenFed branch and have a conversation with a real human being, as opposed to having a conversation with a robot, with the PenFed algorithm? Go to a branch, sit your ass down and have a conversation with someone. Explain to the person your overall financial situation. Bring your paperwork, your income, your pay stubs, your W-2s, your 1099s, your tax returns. Show them the money you're making. Show them that you are financially fit. And they will actually increase your limit. Okay? I'm tired of people telling me, I'm just so busy, I don't have time. Listen, I want you to really, really stop that. Stop doing that. And I don't care if you hate my ass. You can hate my ass, whatever. But I want you to walk to the nearest PenFed branch and smile your way. I want you to laugh all your way to the nearest PenFed and be approved for the high limit credit card you need and deserve. Or listen, you can even call customer service. If you're not in an area that is, let's say, geographically close to, that's pretty close to a branch, call customer service. It's all about, engaging with a live human being, with a live person, as opposed to relying on that PenFed algorithm. We love the algorithm. Don't get me wrong. I love the algorithm, but it has limitations. Ask questions about the card. Inquire if you qualify. And if you don't qualify, which other card can you go for? See, when you ask a human being, a live person, those questions, you can gauge your approval odds. And Donald Allen from Huntington, New York, this is for you. Donald, you really want to visit the branch, okay? I don't know if there is a branch in your vicinity, but you definitely want to go to a branch. And don't you try to do this online, especially because you told us that your FICO score was what, 658? Okay, 658, you really want to go to a branch. Let's talk about lower debts. And this is important if you are trying to get a high limit on your PenFed credit cards. Boss, son, daughter, aunt, nephew, niece, uncle, everybody. Grandpa, grandma, mom, dad, I'm talking to everybody here. Everybody has to be concerned with this situation. We got to be in a situation where we actually lower our debts. You can say, well, a credit card is a revolving type of credit, and debt is basically an installment loans. Hey, listen, when I talk about debt, I speak about everything. Your liabilities, okay? When I talk about debt, I'm speaking about your PenFed debt down and your overall debt, but more specifically, your PenFed debt down. if applicable. So we're speaking about your personal loans. We're speaking about your auto loans. We're speaking about your credit cards. Yeah. We're speaking about your mortgages. We are speaking about your HELOC, your home equity line of credit. This is important. Okay? So big decision time. Big decision time. Boss, what is your debt level right now? Or do you have a high DTI? Or do you have a low DTI? What do you have right now? Because this will have a direct impact, a direct correlation to your ability to have a high limit. It is what it is. Don't you try to fight it. Credit is a game. And if you understand the rules of the game, you're going to be a better player. That's what I want you to become. I want you to become a better player. That's why I'm just telling you, hey, I'm just sitting here. I don't care if you hit my ass, because I want you in the end to be a better player, a better credit player. So when you apply for any products, any credit product, no matter what, you get approved. That's my goal. That's my wish. That's my vision for you. Okay. So we want to be in a situation where we lower our debts. And Philip Davis, you are in Fresno, California. God bless you. This is for you. You told us that you have a DTI of 55%. This is a high DTI. You want to lower your debts. You want to bring your DTI to 25% or less. Okay. With that 55%, you're never going to qualify for high limits on a PenFed credit card. Don't you even dream about it. Don't you even dream about it. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. And I don't care what your FICO score is 750. Well, your FICO score is kind of high, but honestly, with that DTI, you are reducing your chances of being approved. Let's talk about direct deposit. Direct deposit, although you might think it is remote from your credit card limits, it is really, there is a strong relationship between your direct deposit into a PenFed account, not NavyFed, PenFed account, and your ability to get high limits credit cards. You know, the thing here is that NavyFed, PenFed, Service, Andrews, USAA, all those military institutions, and I think even all lenders in general, they want you to actually park some of your cash with them. If you want them to extend credit to you, they want you in return to have skin in the game, quote unquote skin in the game. In other words, they want you to see that you love them too. You are asking PenFed to love you, to bless you with a high limit. So what are you doing in return here to kind of bless them too? It's all about action, reaction, cause and effect. This universe was built on logic, cause and effect, action, reaction, in and out, in and out, in and out. So direct deposit. Set a direct deposit account. Do you want to set direct deposit into a PenFed account? Our preference, if you're serious about your relationship with PenFed, you want to have at least 50% of your money go into a PenFed account. Ideally, it will be 100%, but we are in a world, we have to actually deal with the realities of the world. PenFed is not the only institution out there. Ideally, you want to have 2 or 3 banks. That's it. You want to have a national credit union. You want to have a local credit union, and you want to have a national bank. That's what you need. Probably have like a national bank like Chase, have a national credit union like PenFed, and you want to have your local credit union. That's what you need. But direct deposit is really important into a PenFed account because it is convenient. It saves you a valuable time. It's more secure than paper checks. You know, it offers a better and more convenient way to budget. Really important. And it keeps your money safe and protected. So when we talk about direct deposit into a PenFed account, this goes into the larger topic of establishing a relationship, a banking relationship with PenFed by opening a checking account, by opening a savings account, by opening an IRA if possible, by opening a money market account, and by opening a certificate of deposits. And when we talk about checking accounts, and I'm going to always repeat this, when we talk about checking accounts in relationship with PenFed, you systematically and automatically want to open a PenFed Access America checking account. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Finest
Welcome back, folks, to another session of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. We are also having a conversation today about the PenFed credit card hacks that get you a high limits, and you got to know those hacks are very important. And so basically, the next hack I want to share with you is the requirements of the card. See, the thing is that PenFed has the 4 credit cards. So this is not a lot. This is, thank God it's not a lot. So you don't have to deal with 10 or 20 credit cards from say Chase or American Express. No, they only have 4 credit cards. So you need to zero in on the requirements of the card you're trying to get. If you already have it, that's fine. But if you don't have it, then you need to think about, even if you have it and you are expecting a high limit, you want a high limit, you need to understand the requirements of the card. If you don't have the card right now and you are trying to get the card, then you need to, again, study the requirements of the card. Okay, so the thing here is that you want to learn about, you want to ask what kind of credit scores the card is actually, does the card require? Okay, you want to also think about the questions that you're going to ask on the application form, because they will be asking you about your income. They will ask you about your expenses, right? Those are classic questions that all credit card issuers want to know, so that they can calculate your DTI ratio. And the most important thing is, I want you to apply strategically. And the thing is, if you do not get the limit that you need immediately, don't give up. Very important. Don't give up, because they might actually deny your ass today, but they might approve you 6 months down the road with a higher limits, with a limit that's even higher than you originally anticipated. So this is really important to think in those terms. And one thing I also want to see here also is that when we speak about the requirements of the credit cards, they are different. For example, if you're not a traveler, why are you applying for the Pathfinder? If you're not looking for a low interest credit cards, why are you applying for the Gold Visa? So be strategic here and make sure the card's requirements fit with your needs, fits with your goals. Okay, so this is really important. And this is I think James Johnson, if you're listening to us, I think we kind of answer your questions here, okay, about the requirements of the card. And have a beautiful day in Las Vegas right now. You might be just chilling in Vegas. You are lucky to live in Vegas. Beautiful city. Beautiful city. Let's talk about the last hack that you need to keep in mind, and that's your FICO score. Oh yeah, you're not going to skip that. I mean, you're not going to. This is so important. I mean, it is important for everything. Okay, your FICO score. So what I'm trying to say here is that I'm not trying to tell you stuff that you already know. What I'm trying to say here is that you have to be strategic with your FICO score. I'm not just telling you to check your FICO score, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm saying check your FICO score not just once every year, but you want to check it every week. You want to check it twice a week. You want to have a routine where you check your FICO score often, so that you can spot whatever inaccuracies, whatever derogatory items there are on the car or on the report. Okay, and here I'm not going to dwell on differences between Vantage Score and FICO. This is a topic for another show. But the most important thing is you want to actually check your FICO score or your Vantage Score, so you know whatever is in those reports are accurate. Okay, and there are a lot of ways you can get your FICO scores for free. Actually, you can actually go to Credit Karma, NerdWallet, Wallet Hub. You can go to a website called annualcreditreport.com. Okay, and or you can just sign up with a free service from Discover. For example, you don't have to be a Discover cardholder to qualify for their service. You have American Express, Citibank, Bank of America, a lot of credit unions in the country, especially those that are national, like Andrews, Service, and PenFed. They do offer this service whereby you can actually check your credit scores for free. So, boss, what I'm trying to say here is that you want to make sure that you maintain a high FICO score at all times, so you can increase your chances of being approved with a high limits credit cards. And one thing I want to say here, and this is a question, this relates to a question that was sent to us by Nicole Harry. So Nicole, If you are listening to us, you are in Long Beach, California, okay, and so basically you basically wanted to have you wanted us to clarify for you the impact of your FICO score on your PenFed Next Gen internal score. That's a good question. Well, those two are correlated. There's a strong correlation between your FICO score and your PenFed Next Gen internal score. Okay, your PenFed Next Gen score actually mimics your FICO score. So the higher, the better. The higher your FICO score, the higher your PenFed Next Gen score. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about PenFed credit card hacks that you gotta know that are just increasing people limits like crazy. We spoke about the card counts, the pre-qualification, okay, the branch visit, the lower debt, direct deposit, and the requirements, and the FICO score. Very important. Thank you so much for your attention. I will see you next time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.